Good morning once more and welcome back right here. This is the Afia Morning Show, the AM show, right? On Afia TV. DSTV 254, Go TV channel 17 and Free TV 748. And I also told you we're live on social media at Afia TV official across all social media. And also you can get to our website in case you're not close to your television and you want to, view what's happening around the southeastern part of Nigeria on your gadget. Get to www.afiatv.net. Go to there and click on live, and you're live. My name is Oji Nwachuku, and I'll be the one steering this ship this morning with CC Emechebe, aka CC the Rabbi, the sports guy, and literally an original rabbi, because I just realized yesterday that CC actually is a real teacher. He taught students, he shaped pupils. Good morning.
Good morning, Oji. I don't know, these accolades are just getting to my head right now. I think this is the part where I blush on national television or terrestrial television.
We're not Caucasian.
I know. Blushing is not exclusive to them anyway, but it's good to see you. Good to have you guys.
How do you feel today?
I feel good. I feel fulfilled. The day, I'm just projecting the day. The day is yet to start officially, and so many prospects, so many aspirations. But I think, my mother of blessed memory would say, whether the weather be cold or whether the weather be hot, whatever the weather will, whether we like it or not. So that's my mentality.
Nice wordplay right there.
Oh, yeah.
And analyzing our contents or the contents on the pages of the newspapers this morning is the CEO of Ujoatumba and Company, Barrister Chidi Ujoatumba. Welcome to the show. Good morning,
Welcome,
sir.
Mr. Oji, and thanks for having me.
How are you? It's been a minute.
I'm great. I'm fine. Where have you been?
Well, I went to do what I have to do, and I'm back.
Okay. We missed you.
So I want to get your reaction because it's been long, right? And the spate of violence, kidnapping, abduction happening in the nation. But I've actually literally gotten your position and how you feel about certain things happening in the country. And the Eruku adopted pupils, they were just released. Now, there's a question that is begging for an answer, and literally we're still asking that question. What happened? Did the Nigerian government pay ransom to these individuals? Or it was just, as Bayo Ononuga said, it was a call that was put through and they were released because they know if they fight the government, the Nigerian government, they know what's going to become of them.
You see, when you look at the developments in recent time, you don't need a psychoanalyst to tell you that the Nigerian government is actually in collusion with these terrorists. You understand? The Nigerian government as it is today, the APC government, they have direct access to the location of the terrorists. They know them by names. They know who they are. They know where they are. They know the places where they are designated. And when they strike, they know the number to call to reach them for negotiations. They have not been negotiating with them today. The negotiation didn't just start because of this latest attack. In the past, they have been negotiating. And in my own personal investigation, I've been able to find out that kidnapping is actually one of the things which the terrorists and the bandits use to fund their activities. Because when the issue why they were brought into Nigeria did not happen in the first place, okay? When good Lord Jonathan said, nobody's blood will be spilled because of my political ambition, he left the office, okay? So those bandits who were brought into Nigeria, who were in several camps, there's no way they can sustain themselves. They have to now go into kidnapping. So kidnapping is just like a way of them raising money to support themselves, because they're also sending relief to their families in Guinea and in Mali and in all the rest of them. Details, information being shown like that. This is a complete business. It's a cartel. And the military is aware of it. The government is aware of it. So they cannot look Nigerians in the face and tell us that they don't want to shoot because I was listening to Bayo Ononuga. He said that they don't want to engage because the terrorists, we are using the human beings as a shield, you understand? But that doesn't make sense to me at all, because I've been in the security business for quite a long time, and I know that once you cordon off a particular people, and they have given you those people that you came to collect. The next thing you have to do is to wipe them off. You understand? But they cannot do that because in Nigeria we know that this is a big business. You understand? The government is fully aware of it. They know what they are doing, and if they are really serious to stop it, I don't think it will even take 48 hours.
Wouldn't this be indicting? As we are having a conversation right now with the NSA went to Pentagon speaking to the U.S. Secretary of War, headset bet. And wouldn't this be indicting that we are calling, as Donald Trump made that strong assertion, right? Guns are blazing if people don't stop the Christian genocide in Nigeria. Wouldn't this be indicting that we're having this conversation on how they should come aid for maybe intelligence and avoiding their boots on ground? And this kind of thing is happening at this point in time.
Yes.
Just a couple of days ago, they held this meeting, and this Eruku and a couple of other incidents just happened.
Yeah, thanks for monitoring the activities, because on the 1st of November, Donald Trump designated Nigeria as a CPC.
Yeah.
And on the following day, on the 2nd of November, he tweeted that he's going to come with guns blazing. I think on the 4th, Hegseth also made a similar statement towards that direction. That was actually what heated up the polity. But you can bear me witness that 3 days after, just 3 days after, the Uruku, Nigeria started burning. Everywhere, abduction everywhere. So it's a symptom of a failed state. You understand? It's a purely symptom of a failed state. I have seen a theoretical gap between the government and the cabal. There are those who are controlling these bandits. There are those who are controlling them. Gumi have been negotiating for them. Gumi have been kind of being their face, you understand? There are those who are campaigning for them, lobbying for them, making sure that they have enough resources and ammunition, you understand? And look at our government here, playing innocent, as if they are innocent of the existence of the bandits and their whereabouts. You understand what I'm talking about? So immediately Donald Trump made that effort, or made that statement, before his own gun will start blazing. Guns started blazing in Nigeria. And you can bear me witness, there was a report that a particular call was made and a military protection or checkpoint was called to move out before an attack was made. Do you know that the brigadier that was killed, a call was made and the whereabouts of the brigadier was given out to terrorists? And he said, we are treating insecurity with kid gloves because it have not affected me, because it have not affected some senators. That's why they will stand up in the National House and they will open their vocal cavity and they'll be talking what they don't know about. Look at how people are dying. And because it does not affect you, does not mean that blood are not being spilled. Blood is being spilled and the ground cannot contain the quantity of blood that's already been spilled. So that's why something is definitely going to happen from the outside the shores of this country.
Yeah. Okay, if I may ask, Barrister Chidi, this is a very, very interesting issue.
Yeah.
And when I say interesting, I don't mean that with insensitivity, because we are all in this country.
Yes.
We're all going through this.
Exactly.
Everybody's affected by...
Both Muslim and Christians, everybody's affected.
Across the religious divide, across the ethnic divide, everybody is affected one way or the other.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm talking about... I'm trying to go to hypotheticals now, because this is quite disturbing. I need some clarity. We need some clarity here. Now, if the government indeed was colluding with these terrorists, and I'm calling them what they are. You may call them bandits. I choose to call them terrorists. Yeah. Sue me, take me to court. The reality on ground is
they're terrorists.
Yes, if they look like terrorists.
Yesterday they have been designated terrorists by the Senate.
Yep,
yes,
fine,
the Senate is about to pass a law to make kidnapping a terrorist activity, and it's going to be a life imprisonment or death. I think death sentence.
Because that's all. I mean, that's the least that can be given to them. I have some other medieval thoughts regarding what maybe recommendations for these terrorists, but I'll let that slide. The point I'm trying to make is this: now, if indeed the federal government were in collusion with the terrorists, we're talking about hypotheticals now. And after Donald Trump came with his statement about coming all guns blazing, and then Pete Hegseth, who's taking this personal, being a Christian himself, being an army veteran, not a political military strategist, but an actual military man with experience, a veteran of the US military, and he's owned this issue. And then there's an escalation of violence there. Now, normally, if you have the puppet and the puppet master, working together, if the puppets are going out of hand, it seems as though the puppet master has lost hold of the strings.
Control.
So what I'm saying is this: I need some clarity.
Yes.
If the federal government is in collusion with the terrorists, and this happened, wouldn't the right thing be for the federal government to call as the people, the principal parties. Let me try and cut them some slack. To call the people whose numbers they have. They're not faceless. They're not nameless. They know where their hideouts are. They know who they are. They know their parents. They know where they live. Shigumi can actually testify to that. Now, if indeed they know these people, how come they've gone out of hand? Does it mean that they don't have any hold on them anymore? Or the other factors?
Thank you for that question. Your question is a sensitive question, and it also shows that you are following the things in detail, because once you see a particular trajectory, and if anything goes out of place, as a sane and a reasonable human being, you have to ask a question. So this is a very important question. You know that the bandits, at a point in time, they were supposed to leave the shores of this country. When they did not cause the quantity of mayhem that they were supposed to do, if Jonathan did not relinquish power, there was a gap between them, you understand? Hypothetically, thanks for bringing that up. There was a gap between them and those who are in power, like El-Rufai, like Pantami, like Buhari. Buhari's health also was an issue. You could remember when the terrorists themselves appointed Buhari to be their negotiator. Under normal circumstances, Buhari appointed Gumi. You understand? Yes. Because he is the president of the country. There's no way he would want to be the face that is being seen. Because the actual thing will happen that Miati Anla was given a lot of money to bring these guys into this country. Yes. So that they can destabilize the entire Northwest and the entire Northeast if Jonathan does not give power. So at that time, they know where they were. They were trained. Do you know that there is a rumor that these bandits were trained by the Nigerian Defense Academy? That military men in Nigeria trained them, gave them comms to communicate, gave them night vision, as in when they come to attack you in the night, you will be looking at darkness, but they will be looking at broad daylight to show you the level of sophistication that this government has. So when I talk about collusion, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Someone told the bandits that the British handed over Nigeria to them. You understand that this is one opportunity for them to wipe out all the ethnic groups and take over the whole nation.
Continuum of jihad.
Yes, the continuation of the jihad. Why there is a gap now is because they are bringing in what they call kinetic method. Okay, they say they don't want to attack them directly and shoot them and and kill them. They are supplying them with food. They are giving them money, but what they are giving them is not enough. The bandits felt that they have been disappointed. And when El-Rufai, who is one of the people who brought, because they were lodged in Kaduna, when these terrorists came in from Mali, from Niger, and from all over the West Africa, they were harbored in Kaduna, trained in Kaduna, before they were not deployed to all the regions where they were supposed to act if Jonathan failed to relinquish power. Then they were in talking terms with all their leaders. But when certain things happen and the Jonathan relinquished power and there was no reason for them, they now started moving and started kidnapping people. The reason why, even when Trump made this call, they struck was because there is a gap. You understand? When El-Rufai did not get the appointment he expected from this current administration, he kind of pulled away and told Mr. President that the best that he can get in the next election is what? Is third position. Yes. He is also thinking about using these people. But he is also thinking about using this terrorist group to destabilize this current government. So that's why there's a gap. Yeah. They wanted to tell the Mr. President, if you had settled us, we'll cool down. But since you don't want to settle us, now the Western world knows that we're here. Let's make some grab. Did you see how they were released? Yes. Without a gunshot. All the people who were arrested were released.
That's the question everybody is begging for an answer. What literally happened when you guys had that conversation?
That's the symptom of that collusion.
Let's get into the papers. Okay. Just pick few pointers right here and dissect it too. And we're going to start from Daily Trust. And this one says right here, released, rescued, or ransom. The same thing we've been begging to know what literally happened right there. President Mbalo arrested as military stages coup in Guinea-Bissau. Another one. Police withdrawal from VIPs. Our lives in danger, lawmakers say. President declares emergency on insecurity, orders massive recruitment in police army. And this one says Tinubu appoints former security chiefs diplomat as ambassadors. And this one says child's corpse exhumed, stolen in Yobe. Moving over to The Guardian. Tinubu declares emergency on insecurity, backs governors on state police. Lawmakers declare security collapse, seek death sentence or death penalty for kidnappers. ADC negotiating with terrorists defies sustainable fight against insurgency. And moving over to New Telegraph. Tinubu declares security emergency, orders more recruitment into armed forces. Senate probes withdrawal of soldiers from KB school before kidnap incident. St. Mary school attack, 2 parents die of heart attack, suicide. Nigerian Tribune. Tinubu declares nationwide security emergency. Orders armed forces police to recruit more personnel. Calls on NAS to review laws that will allow states requiring state police to establish them. Wants headers to end open grazing, surrender illegal weapons. Police to use NYSC camps as training depots. FG to support state governments who set up security outfits. DSS to deploy forest guards to flush out terrorists. Mosques, churches in vulnerable areas should seek security protection when they gather. And this one says Senate in intense debate over rising insecurity, moves to classify kidnapping as terrorism, proposes death penalty for kidnappers, demands probe sanctions against commander who withdrew troops before KB schoolgirls kidnap. And the last one right here from me, Daily Independent. Tinubu talks tough, declares national security emergency. Senate probes withdrawal of troops before KB abduction. Sisi.
And we go to the Whistler, the main headline there. Tinubu declares nationwide security emergency. And then the AFDB approves $500 million to boost Nigeria's fiscal reforms, energy transition. Also, we have Tinubu moves to calm Trump, names ex-NIA DG ambassador to US. The federal government terminates 4 Kogi road contracts and imposes new conditions. And Imade says, I've taken full responsibility from Davido, says Sophia Momodu. And we go to this day. It says here, Tinubu declares national security emergency, talks tough on crime. Insecurity, 17 southern governors meet and agreed to create a zonal security fund. Ex-President Jonathan, others trapped in Guinea-Bissau as military announces coup. And then we go to the Vanguard, where it says here that Tinubu declares emergency. That's the leading news there on insecurity. And 2 killed as vigilant foils bandit attack on Kogi schools. Then Nigeria's money supply grows to 119 trillion naira. And it says here that Jonathan, once again, is trapped in Guinea-Bissau as a result of the coup. We go to the Punch. And in the Punch, it says, concerning the abduction crisis, Tinubu declares emergency as the National Assembly rejects bandit negotiations. ECOWAS and AU condemn military takeover in Guinea-Bissau. And concerning insecurity, Tinubu demands herders to surrender their guns. And missing items spark face-off between customer and Abuja Mall. And then the alleged $14.8 million fraud. Silva, that's Simi Priye Silva, asks EFCC for appearance date. And then we go to the Matrix, finally. And Tinubu declares nationwide emergency on security. Then concerning the withdrawal of VIPs escorts, the National Assembly members kick. Then after a 2-year gap, Tinubu forwards 3 ambassadorial nominees to Senate. Then he says here also, a repeating story, former President Jonathan is trapped in Guinea-Bissau following the military coup. And Don Jazzy explains why he can't reconcile with his ex-wife. And in the UEFA Champions League, that had to come in for sports.
Yeah, you had to come.
Perfect Arsenal beat Bayern Munich to go top, and Liverpool crash at Anfield again.
Okay, Barrister Chidi, definitely let's start this conversation again by the declaration by President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, making talking to Nigerians and also telling us that yes, state of emergency is here and it's something that we've been asking or begging for. And state policing, the conversation, we've been begging how to implement this and make it a law. And get the rifle people, do what they have to do, by the way. Assuming this conversation we've been having since last year, it happened. I don't think that something like this could be happening at this point in time in this nation. What's your take holistically on him making this assertion or declaration at this point in time, other than then? And yes, he made it already. And also, we're going to tie this to the Senate declaring kidnapping as terrorism and death sentence or penalty, issue.
I pray that the Senate will make good of what they have said, not just allowing this proposal to die in the floor of the Senate. The president of this country, Tinubu, is not serious about security. He is treating security with kid's glove. It's called kid gloves.
Yes.
When you wear it and you just be pampering it, you understand. Let me tell you one thing. After the attack in Benue, Mr. President immediately said there would be a state police. And I was watching. I watch everything. I watched the whole Nigeria. The next NEC meeting, that issue of state police was erased from the agenda of NEC meeting. Okay, remember when the attack happened in Benue?
Yes.
If that state police was initiated then, by now we should have had a functional state police. And maybe Mr. President can boldly tell Trump, I'm doing something about insecurity. I am doing something about insecurity. If you implement state police, this insecurity will die. Because before you will move from one state to the other, the security apparatus, you understand, will check you. They will know who you are. Let's leave it to the state. The federal can implement this state police. So I don't think Mr. President is serious. So what made them, since the last attack, when more than 200 people were killed in Benue, they said state police was in the border. All of a sudden, the NEC removed state police. That's my question. This country is not serious. Mr. President is not serious with security. If he is serious with security, okay, let me ask you one question now. Declaring emergency or on emergency on security, what are the indices? What are the activities that will follow suit? Is he going to sign any?
Recruiting more individuals in the army and police, as he stated too.
It takes time to recruit. Who are you recruiting? The same bandits? It takes time to recruit. People have the way people don't want to come out to vote. That's the way the way people don't want to join law enforcement. Because there's a lot of rats there. They will send you to war front and somebody will say this is exactly where you are and somebody will come and kill you there. They need to sanitize the law enforcement in Nigeria, starting from police to navy to military and all the rest of them. Before you call people to join, there is no sane Nigerian youth now who would want to go and join Nigerian military or Nigerian police. No, they will not. Their image is poor. They have a very poor, bastardized image, and you are calling Nigerians to come and join them because Trump tweeted. All of a sudden, the shameless military, is now calling youth to come and join the army. What have they been doing? What is the activity of the Nigerian army since the insurgency have commenced? They have been ratting against each other. If I send you to go and stop people there, I will send bandits to go and kill you. That's the kind of information we're getting from the Nigerian military. It is not healthy. They need to sanitize the image of the military before you allow any youth to go and join them. They should get them adequate training. They should remove those who are giving bandits information from the military. If you are recruited because you are a repentant Boko Haram, you should leave the Nigerian military. If you are recruited because you are a repentant bandit, leave the Nigerian military. Let Mr. President sign an executive order for all the repentant Boko Haram to leave the Nigerian military. It's an executive order. They have military numbers on their shirts. They know the time they were recruited. It's the executive order. If you are recruited because you are a repentant, leave the military. Once they do that, we will now be sure that you will have a go-ahead order for more people to join. How will I join you when I know that as I'm working with you, training with you, if anything happens and I'm sent on the war front, I will get a bullet by my back? Let me tell you, a soldier confessed on social media that he is a sniper and that he was always shooting these bandits and these terrorists. A serving Nigerian military shot him. and told him, you are killing our people too much. Go and check, I can show it. Go and Google it. A serving Nigerian military shot a Nigerian sniper that he's killing too many bandits and too many Boko Haram. So the military is compromised, is polarized. The government is also colluding with them. We need a total sanitization. I don't want Mr. President to say, I have declared a national emergency and it stopped there. Or the Senate to come and say, kidnapping is not, it doesn't stop there. Let them make good of their promise. These people are, if I can use this word hypothetically, our leaders are like hypocrites. You understand? They are sitting around and running around and saying something. Because Trump tweeted. If Trump hadn't tweeted, what would have happened? Nigerians were dying in scores. Blood were being poured on this ground like water. Nobody did anything. State of emergency was not declared in insecurity. Rather, it was declared in River State, where nothing is happening. Look at Nigeria. Look at the Senate should make good of their promise. Yes. And Mr. President shouldn't just stop at declaring state of emergency on insecurity. There are, I can give you list of executive orders that he need to sign, including empowering the Nigerian EFCC to investigate all those sponsoring what Boko Haram and bandits in Nigeria. There are so many executive orders he need to sign, and Trump will take him serious. He need to sign those executive orders.
Well, that begs or brings or ascertain or confirms literally what the army chief was saying, that they recruited like 10,000 individuals and they are nowhere to be found. Because definitely said something very salient right there. He made an assertion that yes, a military sniper, said that a colleague shot him because why? He was killing bandits too much. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense because I mean you touched a nerve there. This is the reality on ground, because the worst enemy is the enemy within.
Yes.
Within. No, the fifth columnists who are there, they are meant to be working with you. They sleep with you. They eat with you. They go through the military drills with you, but you don't know who is who.
You know who is who.
It's severely compromised. We hopefully, by God's grace, the willpower to address the issue and then tackle it. It's on the table of the president. He has to do something about that. But the question I want to ask, Barrister Chidi, it's concerning this issue of state police.
Yes, sir.
And these are the suggestions that the president has made. It's been long overdue, but I have my own particular concerns about that. State policing would work very well in a true federalism. Nigeria, I mean, you're a lawyer, and the Nigerian system, our federal system here is anything but true. In all honesty, because too much power is in the center. You're looking at the police force. Like in the United States of America, for instance, the NYPD, New York Police Department, does not even respond to the governor of New York. They are directly responsible to the commissioner of police in New York, and then the commissioner of police in New York is directly under the mayor of New York City. So the governor of New York can't even step in there. The same thing with California. The governor of California does not have any direct impact or influence over the LAPD. Out of the many PDs, that's Los Angeles Police Department, San Francisco Police Department, because of their structure, it's strong. That's the balance there. Now, my challenge, now that's showing a lot of power, a lot of regional power, a lot of autonomy that's there. Now, my concern, because if you track back to 1999, you look at this issue of one of the hotbeds, we're talking about Sharia law, for instance. It was a man that championed it. That's Yerima, Ahmed Yerima in Zamfara State. He championed it.
Yes.
He used the autonomy that state governors should have and championed that, and then it became a law there, and then other states have adopted that. Yeah. Now, that's showing the true power of a region. Now, what I'm asking is this. If there's state policing, how do we, because we need to get advice from you, how do we regulate state policing to ensure that the lives of our citizens are safeguarded? Because the truth of the matter is that if state policing goes the way it should go, the state police will be responsible, or rather they'll be answerable, accountable to their principal, and their principal is the state governor. If the state governor is a man of...
That if it is structured the way,
yes, if it's structured the way that way. What if the state governor is maybe, for want of a better word, is a scallywag?
Okay, or a terrorist.
Or a terrorist, yes. Let's just call it what it is. If he's a terrorist, and naturally has terrorist sympathies, and he will be a cog in the wheel of progress security-wise in the country. How do we address that matter? How do we handle it? That's my particular concern about state policing.
Okay, your question is very, very important, because a lot of people have raised eyebrow, more especially during the election and in fighting crime. You know, Nigeria have not been after the Biafran War, there have not been a major incident that really caught the attention of the whole world apart from these recent killings. Check your history. After the Biafran War, apart from pockets of riots and demonstrations here and there, you understand, there have not been a major incident that actually, I saw somebody on the social media saying that that this is the next thing that he's hearing from Nigeria immediately after the Biafran War. This is the biggest thing. Now, the issue here concerning state police is very, very important. The question we have to ask ourselves is that, let us sit down and balkanize the federal police that we are enjoying. You understand? To what extent has the federal police protected us? Who calls it short in the terms of insecurity when it's state police? It's still that central president, you understand? Because what do you call him? The IGP is answerable to the president. You understand? The commissioner of police is answerable to the IGP. Have you seen it now? The commissioner of police in a state is not even answerable to the governor.
Yes.
The commissioner of state is in this state now. The IGP can use the commissioner of state to arrest this governor that is in the Lion House here now. You understand? So I'm trying to answer your question. That even now, experience of even now, you understand? Even now, the state commissioner of police is not answerable. The governor cannot dictate what the state commissioner of police should do. Okay, let them retain that structure. Let them retain that structure. But you know, one thing in the United States of America is that they have FBI, they also have CIA.
Yes.
They have a sort of their own method of fighting crime is jurisdictional, like court law here in Nigeria. There are things that were happening in Enugu State. It's only let's use it hypothetically that Enugu Police Department, okay, is the Enugu Police Command or Enugu Police Department that will have jurisdiction to investigate. But once it tampers with any federal offense, the federal will not come in. Even if you have state police, we are not going to jettison the federal police. The federal police will still be there, you understand, to oversee all the affairs of all that department. Nigeria is a mega country, 36 states, and we're looking at not less than 250 million people. Now, bringing it down, the first thing that we have to do that we have to visit the federal list in the Constitution of Nigeria. Yes. When we visit the federal list, we now bring out the item called policing, you understand, and start working on it. A lot of public hearing needs to be done on this. I don't want the government to, sit down and quickly bring out something for us, because the issues you raise, they are fundamental. They are highly fundamental. If you kind of give us a kangaroo state police, you understand, it's even better that we don't have it at all. So it should be laced with a lot of legislation. Power needs to be balanced in order for them to work effectively. And we should have it in mind that the essence of this is to fight banditry, insurgency, and whatever that is bedeviling the security of this nation right now. So the right laws need to be put in place. So when we bring out policing from the federal list, okay, we now divide it and say policing in the federal list, policing also in the state list. That's how to create state policing. Now you start giving it power and start giving it devolution of power. When there is power in a state and that power gets to it should devolve to another person. Now, if a state police commissioner is some sort of in day need or during election or during insecurity, there should be a system, or rather the police service commission, you understand, that they can call, they can control them. Let us take away this whole thing from governors and from president, because they use it at the end of the day, you understand, to favor their own political party. So that is the fear that people are confronting, and I know that it is a legible fear. If you put into consideration how law enforcement have been used today to win election, to fight political opponents and all the rest of them, you can't just wake up and say, let there be state police. We should structure it in a way that their chain of command should run through police service commission, run through IGPs, you understand? If you run through governors, there will be problem at the end of the day. But still, there should be a convergence where the governor can come in and give directive, because the governor, remember, according to the constitution, is also the head of security in his own state. So this is law, this is beauty, this is the beauty of law. When you bring in brains together, there's a way you can couch that police legislation in such a way that it will serve a primary purpose. I am not saying that nobody will violate it, but the court of law is also there to try them. Immunity of a governor can only last when you are in the position of a governor. So when you are there and you are used the same police to commit atrocities, the law should also pick you up and then try you very well. Such a way it will serve as a deterrent for those who are in that position. This is a sacrosanct discussion. It is not something that will start and end immediately. It should continue, and we should also have that state police. Let us face that problem and learn how to solve it. If you keep on saying that it will give us problem, it's like how will I put it? It's a refuge of a weak mind. Let us confront state police, establish it, practice it, face the challenge, and get it solved. There are people here it will create a lot of employment. It will create a lot of intelligence in the grassroots, and I believe that it will power the federal government to easily know what is happening in a particular place and quell it, even without involving all the rest of the country.
And it's right to use your locals, in the security outfit, because
exactly.
They know the terrain.
Exactly. They know the terrain.
As we stated, right?
That's the standard of intelligence.
These conversations we've been having since last year that this state police was implemented wouldn't be filling the spate of this whole atrocity.
Exactly.
But Daily Trust right here, let's still get to the police withdrawal from VIPs. Our lives in danger, says the lawmakers. But I thought that they were attributed to the NSCDC for protection. So I don't get the reason why the lawmakers are complaining that their lives are in danger because of the removal or withdrawal of the police protections they've been enjoying all these. Wow.
This current Senate has been in power since 2023. And now go and ask yourself this question. What have they done for insecurity in Nigeria? Nothing. Because Trump tweeted and Mr. President removed their security details, and all of them are crying. I am not saying that they should not have security. They should have security, but not to the deterrent of the whole nation. How many police officers do we have? We are even under police. Nigeria and some countries in Africa are under police. You understand? We are under police, and you see a senator moving with 17 policemen. One senator moving with 17 policemen. One senator moving with 12 to 9 policemen. I mean, think about it. Just think about it. He's visiting his constituency. He's going with almost a police station will follow him. You understand? So removing it may not be the best. Controlling it is what I think should be the best. And now that we are talking about policing, you understand? It's very, very important for us to also factor in this fact. If the country is doing well, if we are all facing insecurity, will a senator be needing that amount of security men around him? So they should sit there. Go back. I love what a man said in the Senate floor house. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago? He said that, why don't we shut down this house? You understand? Go back to our constituency, sit with our people, hear from them, know what is happening on the ground. Each time they are sitting there, do you know how much? 21 million naira a month can end there. Each time they are, you give me 21 million naira, I won't feel any insecurity. If you give me 21 million naira in every month, I won't even hear that there is insecurity in this country. Do you know where I'm coming from? They have been giving too much money. They are being given too much money. That's why we should look at that post. Those who should serve as senators. It shouldn't be a juicy position. It shouldn't be a position that you must have to receive all this, paraphernalia and accolade before you become a senator of Federal Republic of Nigeria. So they don't need most of the security apparatus that have been assigned to them. They don't need
even live up to the expectation.
They don't even live up to the expectation.
It should be shameful to our Senate, right? That
rubber stamp Senate.
This
current Senate have destroyed this economy.
They are organizing
approving.
They are too busy standing on
the hearing that was conducted in Washington last week Thursday. Yeah. Do you know that hearing ought to have been conducted in Nigeria? Right. That hearing that was conducted in Washington D.C. concerning declaring Nigeria as a country of particular concern. Do you know that hearing was detailed? But it's a shame on the Nigerian Senate. They never sat for one day to listen to people who lost their life. How many times have you seen a visited the IDP camp? How many times have you seen a leader visited IDP camp? In this country, we just take things the way. I don't know whether they casted a spell on all of us. You understand? We don't talk. If you talk, they come and pick you. Yes, and go and throw you inside the pit because you are challenging the existing economy. Criticism is the crucible in which character is tested. Conformity stifles the intellect, thereby furthering decadency. Yes. The more we all talk, the more we hit the polity, the more. If Nigeria have closed their mouth, how would Nicki Minaj have heard that there is a genocide in Nigeria? So continue talking.
We are suffering from Stockholm syndrome in Nigeria, by the way. Do you have something else to throw in the bag before?
No, not necessarily. I mean, it's laughable that the senators, our lawmakers, are this apprehensive. So they have that kind of fear. Now, it reminds me of what the Bible says. It says that the wicked flees when no man pursues.
No man is pursuing him.
And that's basically what we're seeing there.
Yes.
So I think it's not just that it's an indictment on them and our lawmakers generally, everybody who's involved in the corridors of power. It's not just an indictment on them. It should be a wake-up call.
Exactly.
It should bring us to the point where we say, look, insecurity is a problem in Nigeria. To one Nigerian is a problem to all Nigerians.
All Nigerians.
It affects everybody across board.
I agree with you.
I think what needs to be done is, just like you said, I think I'm just going to agree with you. It needs to be regulated. This issue of security details being assigned, because anyhow you want to spin the story, the reality on ground is that these governors, these senators, these ministers are representatives, or technically on paper, of the people. Also, so as they're serving the people, they should be given the right environment to serve the people. They shouldn't be afraid of
to
make laws and then also to make decisions that might put their lives in danger, because sometimes it's a very, very tricky situation. But at the end of the day, they need to feel the pulse. It's more like an Iron Throne mindset. Because on the Iron Throne, or in Game of Thrones, those who watch Game of Thrones, the Iron Throne was designed in such a way that it's not comfortable for the king to sit on it because of the swords that are there. So you cannot be comfortable.
You cannot be comfortable.
So I think this is a step in the right direction to make them uncomfortable.
Again, there's one old politician that said that if a free society cannot save the many who are poor, it invariably cannot protect the few who are rich.
True.
Have you seen it now? So the senator should not be crying foul. Nigeria is burning. Okay, they should even relinquish their own security detail to Sambisa to go there and help save Nigeria. You understand? Nigeria cannot be burning, and you are clamoring for more security details to protect. It shows that you are insensitive. I mean, go to your locality. Go to your locality. Why can we have senators and we are talking? We all have senators representing every constituency in this country. But how many times did they bring up your issue? How many times did they bring up the issue of your own constituency? So a lot needs to be done in this country. And I want to encourage you guys, please, don't you ever stop talking.
We'll keep talking.
Your fuel will not finish. Yes. Your generator will not have problem.
Keep talking.
Keep on talking. Keep on talking. The more you talk,
I never heard all we've been talking about since last year. I don't think, as I stated before, these spades of banditry and abduction could have been
dissipated,
deep, right?
Yes.
But, well, it is what it is. But thank God that the declaration of state emergency and that conversation of state policing is in the front burner right now in the nation. Thank you for your robust and action-packed every time analysis, because we get it right now. Just hope the people in power get it too. Thank you very much, CEO.
Always a pleasure.
And accompanied by Barrister Chidi Ujoatumba. Thank you. And we're going to go for a quick breather. I won't come back. We'll take regional stories.